Ọhaneze na-ege ntị, anyị ekenekwa unu ọzọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nke tata bụ ụbọchị nke akara aka dịka o si adị. Before anyị aga n'elu, anyị kọwara unu obere ife. Ya bụ EASTERNNEWS24 ka anyị sikwa wee na-ewetara unu ya bụ ozi, nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa gbasara maka ya bụ ife na-eme n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya, na gbasara maka nwere ụwa na-azọ. Ụbọchị nke tata bụ 24th of September 2024 bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Court Day. Dịka unu na-esola anyị ndị na-amụrụ Nnamdi Kanu bụ ya bụ onye isi nke ndị Indigenous People of Biafra nke eji IPOB wee malụ. Alright, over the court n'ụlọ nke ọkaikpe n'ụbọchị nke taa. Mana before anyị aga n'iru, achọrọ ka anyị bute unu na the special counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu nke bụ the person of Aloy Ejimakor over the folk n'ụtụtụ a na-efe also public notice. Alright, public notice. As it was previously scheduled, the hearing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case will be held today, 24th of September at 10 a.m. instead of 12 more, as was done before. Alright, venue is the same Federal High Court Abuja as usual. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be attend. This is to attend his hearing. Alright, now this is according to Aloy Ejimakor. On ekwusi na court anụwa ga-ehold n'ụbọchị nke tata. According to him, the court supposed to hold before by 12 noon today, being 24th of September 2004, but it will little shift. So Federal High Court a shift here to 10 a.m. So stay tuned at EASTERNNEWS24. I gana go sukunu ya bife ko si aga. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu batakwa court I give ku malu no biago uno nko ọkaikpe. So if you agbara anyị mbọ ịnọgide kinesola anyị maka n'ime n'iru akwụkwọ anyị ga-etere ya bụ update dịka o si wee na-aga. Alright, ka anyị gụgasịa some of the comments ndị mmadụ dịka anyị na-eche Mazi Nnamdi Kanu n'iwu akwụkwọ dịka anyị na-eche ya ka ọ bịa court. Ka anyị gụọ some of the comments ụmụnna anyị dị iche iche kwugasị n'iru akwụkwọ before anyị agakwa n'iru. Alright, this is according to Joy. I said, ladies Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ladies Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ladies Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Alright, onye ga-ntụ onye ọbụla na-eti selapụ onye ndu, selapụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na wuri ihe o mere. Ọ bụrụ ọsọ ebe emegoro ndị mmadụ na-emebe ya. Alright, this is according to the Biafran writers of conscience. What are they even hearing? Alright, this is according to Formata Obasi Osi Onagwa Aloy Ejimakor that we hope that God will give him a victory. Alright, this is according to Mazi Ibe. I wonder what in they argue for this court. Alright, ya bubu na dichi iche ifafane ekugasi no din tofa digasi si iche basta maka ya bi fesi akpoto. So I think I drop wodu ni akunu fukwa ifafane echekwe because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ya abia court taa. So they are now saying their own opinion ka ya bi ife siwe na aga. Alright, this is according to Obinna Ogechi. Also, the sun must definitely rise no matter how long the night lasted. One love. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Long live the United States of Biafra. Shalom, shalom. Alright, Ọdụbakozaine wete n'ụbọchị nke tata na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu abịagokwe ụlọ nke ọkaikpe. Alright, ọdụkọ bịago ụlọ nke ọkaikpe. Mana obere oge anyị egobido gosibu na ya bụ ife dịka o si aga. Ọdụka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu abịago ụlọ nke ọkaikpe. Alright, dịka isi na-ewetekwere m ya bụ ozi, chetakwa na ya bụ EASTERNNEWS24 ka isi wee wetere m ya bụ nnukwu ozi anyị sikwa ka onye chiri ya zelu. Alright, ndị be anyị ngwadaro dị nnenu ụna afụgo na onye ndu abatagokwu ụlọ nke ọkaikpe dịka isi kwuo nkwa I get a Yabo update. Just stay tuned at Eastern News 24. By Swede Yabo Ozi Dioken Babasta Makayabi Fena Dana Otto, Nobodino Nimia. Also the Kibiabu Kefi Wediku, Basta Makayabi Fenda Nine, Diko Siaga, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Batago, Onyeje no, Omadikendibo, Chetakona Tatabu 24th of September 2024. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case day. Alright, so Onyeje, one of Biafra Rande, unknown for their Abatago. Odogumo Ulife, Abatagono Nonko Gibe, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Bodogu. Makanoye putana sinifani no one near the loma. No chocolate near the so Onya Bodogu Kobo. And he still maintain and stay tuned on his word. That is neither Biafra or nothing. So the Wukaya boy. Kefi Wudi was a one Makayabi fine. I know to go Niba work. Drop on your own comment, it's very important. Kamari Funche Niba. Yes. Only a drop here. Alright, Diki Teterogi Garaga, Fajeron Koki. Binta Yakobu but the chief judge say that the both team can settle outside the court. It must not they can settle. So Kamani Kayabi Fege Swega, no bossy Nketa. Yota Kama Kayabi Fege Swega, no bossy Uru Chinketa. Makabita Yaga in your goda. See they can settle. So a man muka yabi Fege Swega. So I can eche Kamana Kayabo ISU Socratan P. Makonom Picana so is Biafran versus Nigeria. Take it or you leave it. Alright, although the Kibiabo, Obanako bosses Guinness Serena Eastern News 24. Kabaroke to Savaya Bozi, Kumun 9 dozen wena full update. Bastaka Yabi Fesiaga, no bosse Nketa, or the Mukumba. Kabalo, get to Saya Bozi, Kumun 9 ebedi teacher wena Yabi Fesiaga. Alright, although the Emuna ngwa good in Yabi ya before Yakogwani Rigos Yabi yours Ajikomakia Webia. If you are bumble, stay tuned at Eastern News 24.
People are beginning to ask questions that if separatist leaders in the southwest have been granted bail, they've been left off the hook, and that of the north, they've been left off the hook. What is happening?
Well, they're not actually left off the hook.
Yeah, but well, they said that they had undergone lots of trials in the courts and all of that. Some of the leaders got killed, especially in the northeast. But we are saying that for this, there seems to be some sort of delay on this Nnamdi Kanu's issue. And while we are saying that the law should take its course if it's actually wrong, but nonetheless, there seems to be a delay over this particular issue. Now, what happened in 2017 is actually the reason why we're here. And that's why I said the lamentation strategy by the Chief of Defense Staff on Simon Ekpa, if it's not properly handled, we may have another Nnamdi Kanu situation at hand, where if he is intercepted and he brought to Nigeria, it could trigger off more protests, more agitations, more killings in the southeast. So what we need to do is to look for ways to settle this issue politically. And when you hear people like Edwin Clark saying this, you will know that yes, they may not have gone through it the right way. And of course, nobody will condone the killing of soldiers and other military men. But the continued use of force
is fueling the crime.
It's fueling it. Okay. And then
let me ask
someone like Nnamdi Kanu, if the court process is not quickly concluded, there will be a tendency for people to think that even the courts have been tied by the government. And
so very quickly, we're running out of time. How much support and sympathy does Mr. Kanu have in Nigeria, insofar as it is possible to gauge that?
Well, he continues to enjoy a lot of sympathy from people, and that's why you see that the monies continue to come in both within Nigeria and outside, because of that sympathy that the southeast continues to face political marginalization over the years. The agitation has always been that why have we failed to have a president of southeast extraction or a vice president of southeast extraction since after Alex Ekweme in the Second Republic? Could this possibly help resolve the issue if we're able to, as a nation, see how we can devolve powers in such a way that we could reduce this agitation? And then could it be that the call for a new state in the southeast, for example, if it's given, could help reduce some of these, separatist agitations? We must do something to make the southeast to look like it's not just being seen to be part of Nigeria, but it is actually part of Nigeria. And that's why we're saying that if of recent we could have this issue, terrorism charges slammed against the president of the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, Bello Bodejo, and they were removed, they were discharged. The federal government removed these same charges from him. Why can't it apply so that this issue in the northeast, in the southeast, will be quelled and Nigeria will focus more on development?
Right. So your assessment at the moment is that in the face of lots of calls from prominent Nigerians, you mentioned Edwin Clark amongst them, for Mr. Kanu's release, that there is no sense that the government of President Tinubu is listening to those calls at all.
Yes, and that's why we want him to actually fulfill his campaign promises, because he said he was going to restructure the country. We are going to see how we'll get the country back together and have a conversation. Because if we don't do this, solve these political problems that have been there with us over time, that are built on injustices, the next president will come and inherit them, and it will be a problem. Look, there's nobody that supports what IPOB and ESN are doing, but they are not the problems. They are symptoms of the problem. The real problems are political issues that have not been settled since the 1967 to 1970 war. And yes, the Southeast leaders too need to come into this, because they should understand that power is not given. You have to work for it. So there must be a decision by the Southeast leaders to work with people like Nnamdi Kanu and see how they can work with President Tinubu. There's nothing that dialogue cannot solve. And President Tinubu should actually prepare a template that could make this kind of conversation to be easy, not like what former President Buhari had done. Don't forget, a former Minister of Aviation who is dead now, Amechi, had led a delegation of Igbo leaders to beg for Nnamdi Kanu's release. But what the former President Buhari said...
Now you talk about
No. Amechi in Bazilike, the very first Minister of Aviation.
Okay, when you say Amechi, it's got a bit confusing.
Yeah. So what former President Buhari then has said is that justice should take its course. But people are beginning to say that why is Nnamdi Kanu's own case taking too long for the justice system to go on? So this is a golden opportunity. If Nnamdi Kanu himself is seeking for reconciliation, the federal government should take a second look at it. Nobody actually supports what Nnamdi Kanu's supporters are doing and what he himself may have done. But if there could be a win-win whereby even if it's shorter sentencing, given to him, to resolve these issues, it will be better, because the Southeast is bleeding and the soldiers and policemen being sent there are being killed. And then citizens too are being killed, including those people who are the separatist leaders and all of that. We can actually solve this bloodshed issue and, within 6 months actually resolve the issues. And that's why the judge was very smart. Justice Binta Nyako said, we as a court do not have a solution to this. This is more in the realm of politics. Go and speak with the Attorney General of the Federation and you'll see how we can take it up from there.
Okay. On that note, Samna, thank you very much indeed. Samna Sambo is the Rise Political Editor and Director of News.
Ndị ba anyị ngwadalụ dị nnenu ka efunu nwere ikwu gbasata maka ya bụ ifunu nọ gasị dropụra ife iche n'iru akwụkwọ and tụsakwa ya bụ ozi ọzọ dịka ibe ya bụ mata na ya bụ EASTERNNEWS24 ka esi were nwetara ya bụ ozi. Stay tuned, more news update is coming.